Good morning. It is Sunday, the 5th of May, 2013. I do seem to get a bit kerfuddled. I'll say what I'm thinking about. It's definitely Sunday, and it's definitely the 5th of May. Ah, yes. And all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. Justice. That's what I'm on about. Justice and injustice. I like this long shot. New staff, all polishy. It's a straighter one, this. I'll whack the other one. I like this long shot. I'll get the long shot in a sec. Now, why does it matter? Well, possibly the greatest injustice ever committed by mankind on its fellow was the crucifixion of Christ. And the Roman Catholics only forgave the Jews, Sadducees and Pharisees, that's the religious leaders of the time, for crucifying Christ at the Second Vatican Council, and I believe it's 1963, it may be started in 62. And it could be argued that part, at least, of the justification of Hitler, who thought he was a Roman Catholic or brought up that way or whatever, for the Holocaust was because they're Jews, therefore we've got to just kill them because they crucified Christ. Jews for Jesus, whom I know, Christ was a Jew, are still battling with this. The Jews don't recognize the light, isn't it? Christ is the Messiah. Anyway, justice, that's what I'm bellowing on about today. And injustice. Canal, water. I like terra firma. Here's my old postman friend. He's always running. And injustice. What time of day do you call this then? Gee whiz. Hey? Oh, Sunday. Of course, yes, it's holiday all day, yes. A day of rest, sir. Quite right. I like him. It's like these two dogs. It's always running. 6 in the morning, usually. Slow that one today. Justice and injustice. Now, let's stop for a minute. Well, we will only fully achieve true justice and reconciliation for all the wrongs done in all time at the Second Coming. American Indians want their bones back because the whites turned up and slaughtered them left, right and centre. Aboriginal people of other lands, the ones I know, the Khoisan, the Bushmen of southern Africa, used to be able to get a permit to shoot them if they took one of your cows. You put the fences up, they've roamed there for 30, 40,000 years. All they want is one animal to feed, clothe them, make their instruments, their bows and all the rest of it out of the bones and everything. And you go and stick a fence there and say the land's mine, and then you shoot them for wanting to continue on their ancient ways. Oh yes, well that's injustice for you. The other one that I think of is the Aboriginals of Australia, half-caste children with the whites, and they took them away, the authorities, from the Aboriginal men. And they're finally realising the injustice of that too. Well, what about the justice for my son, etc.? That's what I'm actually... It's in my spirit at the moment, and the injustice of it. Well, there we are. So why do we bother, sort of? Why bother? Well, if you didn't bother, there'd be nothing, you see. It's not retribution or vengeance. Justice. Justice. Without it, there can be no peace. because your soul will be restless, inevitably. If you lost all your relatives in the Holocaust, Jewish, or let's say the Russian purges, far many more Russians died just ignominiously than ever the Jews did in the Holocaust. The figure I have in my head is 20 million just in the Second World War and around those times, but actually since Stalin's they kicked out the kings of Russian, I can't think of their name at the moment, but 1917 through till the 60s or so, and all the Russian purges. The figure I have with Solzhenitsyn, it should be pronounced Solzhenitsyn, is, and the gulags and all that, Gulag Archipelagi, is 314 million people just disappeared. So there can be no justice. On my site, I state that I am a Christian and my work is to love God, to teach and to heal. Healing comes in part from recognition. If the injustice is recognized, by the authorities, by the perpetrators, and apologized for genuinely, humbly, with contrition, with the intention of never doing it again, that helps. Old Desmond Tutu in South Africa, I'm a white African, used to chair the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. I like Desmond Tutu, who would not be on the same platform as a certain geezer called Mr. Tony Blair, who should be tried for crimes against humanity, against the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, countless individual human beings who've been slaughtered so we in the West can have our fix of oil. Where's the justice there? And no reconciliation. All these quacky ducks. Now these are the ones especially Christmas duck by. They know me, they shouldn't move because they know me so well. So go quietly. Shh. They know me, those ducks. Brahms' lullaby for singing babies to sleep. Anyway, this is my church today. Obviously, I couldn't stay where I was before because it's on a farmer's land, so he kicked me fire in the water, which is entirely understandable. This turned out to be a long old ramble, but this wasn't a ramble. This is me speaking with my spirit more or less in gear from my soul, from God. Justice. It'll come. It's all written down in the big book. Camp of Francis. Camp of Francis. Altar. Church of Francis. Silly me, eh? Not silly. Justice. Turn to God through Christ. He will come again. He's in my soul now. Cheerio.